All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. Hope y'all are having a good morning so far. So y'all let me know, and Uncut also let me know that part 2 of this series is out. This is from Uncut Hoops. This is Why LeBron James is Not the GOAT. First one was 2007. Now we're in 2008. This one's about 27 minutes. Guys, that last time, I did not mean for it to go on for over an hour. That's why I split it up into 2 pieces. I'm going to do my best not to make that happen on this one. But we'll see what happens, because there was so much to talk about on that first video. Just in the moments that it was happening that, I didn't plan it. But we'll see what happens with this one. No promises. If this is 2 parts, it's 2 parts. But I'm going to do my best to keep it to 1. Guys, as I always do, I'm going to link the original video from Uncut Hoops down below in the description. You also see a list of channel members. Shout out to all you guys. I really appreciate you. I think that's it. Just like the video. I'd appreciate it. Guys, here we go. 2008. Let's do it.
Because I'm one of those efficiency guys. Like, I hate going out there just chucking up shots.
Offensive players, Rondo and Perkins. Village screen.
You know, looking at the box score, and I was maybe 8 for 23 or 9 for 25 or...
The outlet to James, who has started 1 of 3 over Pierce for 2.
James for 3.
Approaching a minute to play in the first. Another screen. Pierce fights through it. LeBron for 2.
Yo, watch out.
Stay at home on LeBron James. Make him a jump shooter. Switch comes. Mo gives him a cushion. If you're going to beat me, you're going to have to beat me.
That's it. Mark Jackson knows. Beat him by turning him into a jump shooter. Let's see. 0 to 5 feet. 19 for 30. 6 to 10. 3 for 6. 11 for 15. 0 for 11. 16 to 20. 1 for 18. 21 feet plus. 9 for 38. Wow, his mid-range game was terrible. Why is this happening lately? Sometimes I'm left clicking like normal, and then it's scrolling down. It's great tech.
Tested jump shot.
Like, being efficient, you know, is something I've always prided myself on.
When it comes to LeBron James' first stint in Cleveland, and really his entire pre-championship days, one of the go-to defensive LeBron James' era is saying, quote, he did not have enough help. And for the vast majority of NBA fans, that's the narrative they roll with. But looking more in depth at the Cavaliers during that time period, it wasn't always the help underperforming, and wasn't always the help not showing up. As looking at the NBA Finals versus the Spurs, LeBron in that series was simply abysmal. And despite his lackluster play of the series, was still pretty close throughout. And like I say over and over again, it's not always the fact you lost, but how you lost. LeBron in that series, yes, wasn't the favorite, but he played so poorly, it's simply inexcusable.
Absolutely.
Now looking at 08 versus the Celtics.
I mean, just look. Wait. Where were we? Come on. It's not that important. Get there, man. There you go. 3 points, 0 for 7. He's just he's got all 3 of his points from the free throw line.
Now looking at 08 versus the Celtics, a very similar thing.
And the Cavaliers at one time.
What did I say? What have I been saying all this time, you guys? The Boston Celtics learned from the Spurs. They ran the exact same scheme against LeBron, and it works every time.
Narrowed it to 2. Here's LeBron
Just
James.
like Mark Jackson said, make him into a jump shooter.
I mean, he's there definitely in the runaway train on the fast break standpoint, but offensively, he's pretty predictable. You can kind of guess what he's going to do.
Love how Danny Ainge has built his bench here in Boston.
You ain't MJ.
What is LeBron adding? Like, he's still the same player he was 3 years ago.
It's a great question, and I was just talking about this with somebody. The fact that he hasn't developed a post-up game yet.
Hold up. 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 8 for 10 free throws, 1 for 10 field goal, 9 turnovers, and 4 fouls. Okay, hold on. I'll rewind it so we can hear. Sounds like an interesting conversation.
And I was just talking about this with somebody. The fact that he hasn't developed a post-up game yet is inexcusable.
Yeah.
On James, and now Perkins.
I mean, we all know he's a forward, but he's playing the point guard position. But, like, dude, you're 6'9". get your ass in the post. Magic played point guard, and he actually played the point guard position. Like, that was actually his assignment. Not that he didn't steal that assignment like you did. He actually had that assignment, and he still posted the hell out of fools.
For the 08 East Semis, Boston versus Cleveland, it's one of the most misremembered series in league history.
Like, see, all this bounce back and all this, like, if he could just get himself into a post position with his back against the basket, like, he can actually push these guys around. He's strong enough to do it. I don't know why he always has to play face to the basket.
It's one of the most misremembered series in league history. As looking at LeBron games 1 through 7, he wasn't carrying this Cavs team, playing at some all-time great level the entire series. And actually, Cleveland's biggest weak point was LeBron James' outside game and his jump shot. As outside of fast break points, transition points, LeBron offensively was actually pretty easy to guard. And looking at game 1 in Boston, the first 3 quarters, it was just that. LeBron the first 3 quarters in game 1, 10 points, 9 turnovers, 1 for 10 shooting, 0 3 from deep, and from the line was pretty good. LeBron the first
I'm actually surprised with his free throws. Yeah, 80%.
Quarters was an offensive no-show. And honestly, he was a net negative for the entire Cavaliers team. Now, for the pro-LeBron crowd says LeBron James just carried the Cavs every single game, if LeBron plays that poorly that bad, you see the Cavs, they're down by 20, 25 points, heck, even 40 points. In this game 1, that's not the case. LeBron having 9 turnovers being 1 in 10 shooting, the Cavs at that point only down by 1 point entering the 4th quarter. And looking at the 4th quarter, Cleveland down by 2 points, a chance to force OT and steal a game 1. But unfortunately, LeBron James turned in to LeBron James.
Timeout on a 20. Here's LeBron James against Pierce. Tough shot, scooped up, Ilgauskas.
Did that bounce off of Iggy's head?
Tough shot, scooped up, Ilgauskas.
I think it hit him in the head.
James going strong.
Finish it.
Tip up and in. Ilgauskas still have the foul to give. Ilgauskas setting a screen. James goes in.
Dude, why can't you finish?
You blew it!
So LeBron missing that game-tying layup, that was a huge miss for the start of the series. As a majority of times underdog teams, the game you gotta steal is game 1 on the opponent's home floor. And looking at LeBron in the 4th quarter, just an absolute terrible showing. 2 points, 1 of 8 shooting, did absolutely nothing. And the entire second half, it wasn't much better. 2 points, 6 turnovers, 1 for 12 shooting, 0 5 from deep, and his game score was negative 8.1.
Man, someone needed to tell him, stop playing point guard.
LeBron in game 1 wasn't below average, he wasn't bad, he was all-time historically terrible. And look at that turnover count. 10 turnovers in an NBA playoff game. At that point, tied for the most in league history.
Jeez. James Harden, not surprised. Luka, not really surprised. Bird is on there once. I'm surprised about that. Same with Magic. KJ, my boy. Some of these guys, I'm shocked with these numbers. KG got 10 one game. Wow. LeBron the only one there twice? Go figure.
Until this day.
You know who I don't see in here? MJ.
So the 3rd most in a playoff game all time.
28. James losing the ball.
Off the glass. It's a big team. It's a long team. They're the best in the league.
That's just sloppy, dude.
Trying to set the screen. Posey doing a great job on him.
Travel.
And they're going to call travel.
Man, I miss when they used to call travels on him.
On-1.
Not a bad idea. Let James go one-on-one.
He's a pretty good player.
And off the hands of Barajo.
He's
we have 7 new players on the roster this year. Poe makes 1 out of 2.
How does that even happen?
Don't forget, we have 7 new players on the roster this year. Poe makes 1 out of 2. And
good thing he never played football.
What's that smell? What smell? Ooh. You stink.
And here's the added layer of context. Yes, those guys in those games had 10 plus turnovers. But out of the entire bunch, only one guy shot worse in the field than LeBron.
What? Lowest field goal percentage in 10 turnover games. Okay. Dude, which game was this from Magic? Which game was this, dude? He had such a terrible game that day. Bird, that's really not that bad. Everything else is pretty sweet. Okay, oh my God. That's why we're here, isn't it? Oh my God. 11%, 28%. Oh, why? It happened again. I'm not allowed the left click anymore. My mouse is basically worthless, I guess.
James. That, of course, being Quinn Buckner, who was over 2 shooting, compared to LeBron James, who was 2 for 18. So right here, LeBron James, the combo of turning the ball over and shooting poorly, one of the worst games in league history. And with LeBron's legacy, it is never brought up, not once.
Not twice.
Erased from existence.
And to put this into perspective, looking at the Cavs' so-called bum squad, their leader in game scores are as follows.
Big Z.
First, Big Z, 19.0. Then Ben Wallace, Wally Szczerbiak, Daniel Gibson, Pavlovich, Verjao, Joe Smith, Delonte West, then LeBron James. LeBron of his own team ranked 9th in game score, dead last for the Cavaliers. In Michael Jordan's playoff career, his absolute worst playoff game, he was never dead last for his team in game score and not once in the negatives. LeBron in Game 1 accomplished both those feats. And with someone like Jordan the bar and the standard, LeBron in Game 1
hold on.
Both those feats. And with someone like Jordan the bar and the
there it is. That's what I was looking for. Man, we were all locked in back then. That travel would go so unnoticed nowadays. Nobody would even notice it happened because we're so used to traveling. Look at this. Look at this guy right here. He knows it. He didn't even have a good view, and he's like, "That's a freaking travel." You know? Oh man, it happened again. Because it was that. Choose your pivot foot, LeBron. You can't have both.
The standard. LeBron in Game 1 fell woefully short. I was looking at Jordan's pre-championship days. His lowest scoring game, 15 points. Worst shooting game, 30%. Worst game from 3, minimum 5 attempts, 20%. Worst game on 2s, 31%. Lowest game score, 8.4. And most turnovers, 8. In Michael Jordan's pre-championship career, those were his game lows, 85 to 1990. LeBron in Game 1 across the board was worse than MJ in all 6 categories.
Yeah. Wow. You're right. The one game was worse in all 6 categories.
Board was worse than MJ in all 6 categories.
Unreal.
Sorry.
Man, I love the first movie.
So looking at Game 2 once again in Boston, LeBron in the first half.
What were you even doing?
So looking at Game 2 once again in.
Like, KG is right here, dude. Where's your ball going? Like, KG's not going to get that. Bounce pass it at least. Like, bounce pass it out to catch far. Like, what are you doing with this lazy-ass pass?
Boston. LeBron
you literally almost hit him in the head. You almost hit KG in the head.
First half.
That's a choke, you guys. He's not that bad of a passer. He's actually on the better side when it comes to passing. Like, he's not that bad of a passer. That's a choke. He's choking right there under pressure.
Not much better. 3 of 13 shooting, really not doing anything. At this point, Big Z for the Cavaliers, their best scoring option, and honestly, their best player.
Yeah.
And one of the big reasons LeBron played so poorly in Game 1 and the first half of Game 2, this guy in the first 6 quarters didn't make a single jump shot or a shot outside of 3 feet. And it wasn't until the third quarter Game 2, he finally made a shot that wasn't a layup or dunk.
LeBron James, once again, a long night. 3 made shots, 10 missed shots, all from the perimeter.
Wow. What? Are those his 3? Those are his 3? Right there? Dunks and layups? How little has changed.
Executing the game plan to a T. 5 for 31.
This is 18
in the series
years ago.
so far as he continues to struggle. With the Cleveland Cavaliers, the team with much more energy right now.
Or
is
17 years ago.
West able to hold on. Kicks it out. Open 3. And LeBron James still has not hit a shot out of the paint in this series so
That's
far.
a monstrous break when it goes out of bounds like that.
Baskets in transition. Get a timeout and talk about it. James knocks it down.
There it is. There it is. He found it. He found his Jumper.
Now, LeBron being so bad in game one, the Cavaliers still hung around. Game two of the second half, the exact opposite. Boston in the fourth quarter, up by 20 points. The game essentially over. LeBron at this point only had 15 points, another dud offensively.
Dude, he can't make a layup. He can't make a layup.
Fashion, his team down by 22 points, 24 points, some extra buckets and free throws to pad those numbers, make it look not as damning. Now, despite LeBron James adding on those stats, those garbage time numbers, that had no impact on the game. LeBron, once again by game score, wasn't the best player on his team, even second best, as once again Big Z and XZAVIER-DAA-GOD were the best players for Cleveland the first two games in Boston, and LeBron's game score was a pitiful 6.8 in Game 2. And look, for someone like Big Z Games 1 and Game 2, he was the Cavs' best player. Did he was playing great? Not really. Why he was their best player per se is LeBron James was so bad.
Jeez.
LeBron in Games 1 and Game 2 averaged 16.5 points, 8.5 turnovers, 19% shooting. I repeat,
Hold on.
Not really. Why he was their best player per se is LeBron James was so bad.
Was he trying to call timeout? Huh. Well, what happened here?
LeBron Games 1 and Game 2 averaged 16.5 points, 8.5 turnovers, 19% shooting. I repeat, 19% shooting. Didn't make a three, and the line was below average.
8 field goals made and 17 turnovers in the first two games? I don't even care about the 0% three and the 19% from the field. I do care about that. 8.5 turnovers a game.
LeBron the first two games in Boston had a total of 17 turnovers and 8 made field goals. And back-to-back games, historic playoff stinkers.
James with his first shot of the game.
Oh my God, what a sound.
Perkins getting a little more physical now.
What a sound.
After what happened to him against San Antonio in the finals, I'm a little stunned that he is coming back with basically the same game. I mean, San Antonio, the Celtics are just following what San Antonio did.
Yep. Dude, straight up, if this would have happened to Kobe, Magic, Bird, MJ, any of these guys, if that would have happened, what happened to him the previous year in the finals against San Antonio, they would have spent all summer in the gym working on nothing but catch and shoot jumpers. Because, you know, you just got to look at the game film and see what everybody else saw and see, oh crap, they dared me to shoot and I couldn't shoot. We have to fix that. And you know what? If we play a team like this again, which they did here with the Boston Celtics, I got to play off ball. I got to let our point guard play point. And I think they had Eric Snow at this point, right? But that's what you got to do. I got to be prepared to catch and shoot now, because they're daring me to just dribble and take a bad long distance shot. He should have been in the gym working on that shot all summer, and I'm disappointed he didn't do it. He still doesn't have a good jump shot. That's the wild thing. Instead of working on his weaknesses, he found ways to team up with players that can do the things that he sucks at in order to try to compensate. And I wouldn't have a problem with that, because that's how a team is built. Understand your strengths and understand your weaknesses, and try to build a solid team around it. My problem is that when he wins, he takes all the credit. Like, come on, dude. Everybody else has their role in there, and it's literally to cover your ass.
In this game, trying to take the lead.
Always look at the racket on a bad shot. I didn't understand that.
LeBron James. How quiet it is at the Garden. James pulls back for three and still comes up empty.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Now, once again, for perspective, looking at Michael Jordan, out of his entire career, 180 games, only one time ever did not crack 25% shooting.
Wow.
LeBron, the first two games in Boston, had done it in back-to-back games. And if you include 07 versus the Spurs,
Uncut, if you happen to watch this, could you put a comment in here on this video and tell me what that game was, that Jordan game where he shot 16% against New York? I actually want to go back and watch that. Like, That's just wild. I've never seen a game like that from MJ, so I would like to see that. Okay, back to it.
And a whopping 3 times in his very young playoff career. And that's one thing I do in a heartbeat.
Hold up. I was too busy thinking about that game. 06, 08, okay. 11%, 25%, 25%. Yeah, man. San Antonio got the blueprint, and Boston was smart to just take it on, copy it. There you go again. Cool. I think I need a new mouse.
Already done a whopping 3 times in his very young playoff career. And that's one thing I do want to harp on. LeBron's third career failing versus Michael Jordan's. Yes, both these guys for 7 years did not win a championship. But looking at LeBron's level of play and his losses, far, far inferior to Michael Jordan, even when he lost. As looking at Michael Jordan's worst game pre-championship was 8.4 versus the Knicks in 1989. LeBron from 06 to 08.
89, so is that probably the same game, I'm assuming?
It topped that mark a staggering 5 times. Twice versus the Spurs, twice versus Boston, and 1 time versus the Wizards. Now, looking at Game 3 in Cleveland, a must-win game for the Cavaliers they cannot afford to drop, as going down 0-3 the series is effectively over. And look at the first half LeBron James, I mean, not that great.
Better.
7 points, 2 turnovers, 2 of 6 shooting, and from the line, 50%.
I mean,
LeBron
yeah,
the first
shooting
half,
33%, a couple turnovers. It's not good, but it's better than the crap show you've been showing me.
I mean, I guess a little bit better, but not much. The main story of the first half of the Cavaliers was Wally Szczerbiak and Delonte West, who combined for 22 first half points.
Wally could shoot.
And the Cavs at 1 point up by 20, by halftime up by 17. Much like Game 1 in Boston, Game 3 in Cleveland, LeBron James offensively...
I mean, that would have been an easy strategy right there. I think you mentioned Wally was coming off the bench during his time, but whenever Wally's out there, dude, stick him out in the 3-point line. If I'm LeBron James, I'll penetrate into to traffic, wait till the defense collapses on him, because we know that's what they're doing every single play. That's the whole strategy. Dish it out to an open Wally.
Pretty shaky. Even
16 points, 4 for 10. All right.
Negative. For the Cavs, role players, the Cavaliers defense kept them in the ball game, and in Game 3, kept them up by above 15 points. And looking at the Cavs' offense this game...
Did you guys catch, I think it was KG holding Ben Wallace down here? It's going to happen right around here.
Kept them up by above 15 points.
Oh, no. That wasn't KG. Yeah, straight up just hooked him.
And looking at the Cavs' offense this game, a total of 108 points. In 2025, that number, nobody cares. 2008, that is a big-time deal, especially versus Boston. As looking at this team defensively, only 3 times in the entire postseason they allow 100-plus points. Once versus the Lakers, once versus Atlanta.
That's crazy.
And this game versus Cleveland. And this Game 3 in Cleveland, not only the most points scored against Boston, but the biggest loss of the entire playoffs, losing by 22 points, with LeBron James shooting 31% from the field.
James taking his time. Goes. West, the Varejao. Varejao even putting it in. Game as well.
I always liked Vernon.
Yeah, this has a different feel to it right now. It just, the intensity level, the execution, the contributions by so many guys, it just has a different feel to it.
For the Celtics, Szczerbiak going right at
All right. Wally with the
James
post game.
getting a lot of help tonight.
Indeed he is. Well-rounded. 2 for 3, 3 for 3, 3 for 3, 2 for 4. They're shooting great. 3 for 3.
Again, ball movement. On their 17 field goals, they have 14 assists, and there's 8.5 minutes left in the half.
Wally Szczerbiak 4 for 5. Joe Smith 3 for 3, and that's an important stat, Joe Smith. Anderson Varejao 2 for 3. This is the kind of LeBron James is the only Cavalier not above 50%. He is ruining the team shooting percentage.
Well, here we go. So all the way back in 2008, we can say he was hurting the team. At least in this series, when it mattered the most, he was. Guess what? Once again, some things never change. He also hurt the team in the 2025 playoffs as they got embarrassed by the underdog in the Timberwolves.